Hi, good evening, everyone. This is Alamjeet Flora. Welcome to the Wednesday Talk Show. The Wednesday Talk Show is brought to you by Pothos Events. It's a Sweden based company, and we are here bringing you live shows with all our experts every week and touching upon various topics like the one we have chosen to talk about today about crimes on women. It's an irony that we are in India celebrating the Navratra festival, which empowers women to another level and they treat the woman as goddess. But there on the side, the reality is that there are a lot of unjust things happening to women, and we are still in this 21st century striking for getting our rights and equalities and living a normal life. So I would just like to warn you the stories and everything that our guest is going to share today is going to be a little, tough on weak hearts. So please make yourself strong and continue watching us. Get us your questions so that we can take it on and, explain more. Today, the motive is to even inspire one person or make a difference to somebody's life or take this mission forward that Dr. Harsinder Kaur is carrying on for the past more than 28 years. A bit about our guest, Dr. Harsinder Kaur. She has been honored as the Woman of the Year 2012 by American Biographical Institute and International Women Rights Activist by the UN. She comes from Patiala and she has written over 41 books on varied topics which have won international and national awards. You can go and check out so much about her on Facebook that I have posted. So I will not take much of your time. Let's bring on Dr. Harshinder Kaur on the show.
Good
Hello.
evening, everybody.
Good evening. Good evening, and thank you so much. You are known as the, Steel Woman of India. So happy to have you on our platform, and kudos to the great work that you're doing. Thank you for being here for us.
My player, I think it is rather the other way around because being in your show indeed is an honor.
Thank you so much. And today I must, also thank Pammi Vadarsh, who has been, uh, she's been played a great role to bring us together and connect us
Yeah.
together on the show. So thank you, Pammi, for this. And we will go ahead. Before, I just have my questions, but I would like you to tell our viewers about yourself and also, how did you get this title of the Steel Woman of India?
See, it's a very, very long story, and I believe majority of the people who are listening may not be versed to the things which I have personally witnessed. See, for the last 28 years, I've been working on female feticide, female infanticide, that is killing the fetus in the womb just because it's a female, then killing the female immediately after birth, again, just because of its sex. Then I've been working for on the this dowry deaths, then rape victims, then pre-adolescent rapes, then domestic violence. Uh, Now at present I'm working on Dr. Harsh Charitable Trust, wherein we are actually taking care of 421 girls whose fathers have committed suicide, those farmers, or both the parents have died either due to cancer or some road accident, or um, they have committed suicide. So those girls are now studying in private schools in the area, in their own areas where the mother is or their grandmother is, with whom they are residing. So we are paying the school fee of those children, those girl children. Also, some of them are studying in colleges and some in universities. So we are taking care of them. Actually, why I took this step 28 years back, that is
Yeah.
also a very painful story. Um, I know whenever I share this story, uh, sometimes it is unable even for me to again recollect all those horrifying and horrendous scenes. The
Mhm.
first scene which I saw was, it was the fourth girl of a family, of a very poor family, whose father had threatened her mother that if Now she bears the fourth girl. The earlier three girls and the mother will be thrown out of the house. So the
Oh.
result was the mother herself threw her fourth daughter
Mm.
just after the birth in the garbage bin, where I saw dogs tearing her apart and
Oh.
there was whole blood spattered around. This incident really shook me, and
Mm.
because I am fourth daughter in my own family and fifth child, so I actually thought that if I keep myself in her place, I just can't tolerate such incidents happening to me or such death for me. This is not fair. So that was the actually first incident which really moved me that I should do something. And just uh, the second instance which I want to tell you, because I was in the hospital, Rajendra Hospital, pediatric emergency. I was on duty that day when actually I was really traumatized to see a newborn baby who was roasted on gas stove just because it was a female. The father tried to actually roast that girl in anger that he never wanted a girl child in her family. So when that girl child was brought to me in the emergency, her bones of hand and feet were bare. uh, the skin was totally gone, and see, I could see the digits which were burnt, and it was her grandmother who had brought her in, and it was with much difficulty that I could save that child. And that news was actually covered on front page of a national daily. Now, the third instance where I could not do anything, and I really have worked very hard so that none of such incidents occurs again. That was when a newborn girl near Rampura Fool, it is near Bathinda district.
Mhm.
That newborn girl child was kept in a beehive by her own father. That is a
Oh.
place where they collect honey from the bees,
Mhm.
from the honeybees. And see, she cried in agony for over 3 hours. 3 hours. None from the village came forward to save that girl child, and she succumbed to the bites of her tormentors. So these are few instances which I'm telling you why I was moved that I have to work for this. If I am a female and my mother could fight all this out, why shouldn't I fight for the other girls? And see, one again instance, those who think India, because I'm talking just about India at present. Of course, we'll
Yeah.
talk about the rest of the world. But one last incident, I just want to tell you where a judge of Supreme Court of India also cried. You know what was the cause? The reason was there is there are rather three ashrams in Vrindavan, an area where see, widows are being kept because they are not considered human beings. They are considered rather three or four steps lower to a man, lower to comparative to the man. Now,
Yeah.
what happens there is they stay there, and a meager amount of rupees five, only rupees five, Indian rupees, are being given to to every widow just because she has to now take care of her own self, taking medicines, even eating 3 meals. Then, of course, for the clothes that she may need or medicines, for everything, she has to actually sing bhajans in any temple, and for that, she is being given 5 rupees. Just consider she has to take 3 meals, cover her
Yeah.
body, also get treatment, and this meager amount, if sometimes or some day she is sick, there are only two ways to get amount for her, that is either begging or of course selling her own body. So you can just understand how can these so many, there are so many widows staying in those ashrams, that as if this torture is not enough. You know why the judge of Supreme Court cried? The
Hmm.
reason was that dead bodies of these widows are cut into pieces and then put in burlap bags to be thrown away in the garbage to save the expenditure of funeral rites.
Oh
See,
my
such
God.
is the condition where you can understand how difficult it is for a female. to fight for these causes. And then I just can't tell you how many times I have been bombarded by these people, because this is a male dominated society.
Yeah.
I've received threats so many times, innumerable times. They have gone to this extent saying she should be publicly raped, her daughter should be raped,
Oh
why
my
she
God.
is speaking for the females, why she should speak for the rights of females. Females deserve this. They should be tackled in this way only. So that was the thing which rather made me more
Most
stronger every time. And this is what I am, and that is why I was labeled as Steel Woman of India.
definitely. I think every story was very moving. Thank you for, gathering that strength and, supporting so much. I'm trying to control myself here. But, it's very strange that even in this 21st century and where, things have changed, so called, we still hear such stories, they are still there.
Yes,
Why?
they are still there.
Yeah.
And I tell you,
So,
you know what types of stories. Let me start from the world level, because not only in India, I was in United Nations delivering lecture on crimes against women when one of the parliamentarians got up, and you know what she said? She said, "I have a figure from five uh, developed countries wherein 82% of the parliamentarian ladies, they have experienced some or the other form of psychological violence." And you
yeah.
know what sort of violence she claimed there was? She said, "We are hearing remarks, gestures, images of a sexist or humiliating sexual nature, threats, and mobbing to this extent that 44% of these received death, rape, assault, or abduction threats." So this is about the parliamentarians of developed women. These women, 65% had been subjected to sexist remarks, and you know by whom? By their colleagues, by their male colleagues. That is, the
Yeah.
parliamentarians himself were doing all this rubbish. So this is the state of affairs if we look at the world level. Not only this, in US, as per the latest United Nations figures which I have now, they say 2 out of every 10 young women aged 18 to 29 have been sexually harassed online. And in Pakistan, this figure goes to 40% of women. And same is the scenario in India. And see, same is the
It's a
scenario in
global scenario.
Afghanistan.
Yeah.
Afghanistan also. And if we go to global rate of child marriages, that is also it is really alarming. See, in 2020, now see what was the figure in 2010? It was declining rather by 15%, and now 1 in 4. And
Mhm.
then you can see what is happening now. Even now, 25 million girls have been subjected to child marriages, and the are out of them 10 million additional girls are at risk even now if we
Yeah.
don't act in time. Not
Yeah.
only this, the female genital mutilation. If you think this is happening only in selective areas, there is a
Mhm.
part in Mumbai from where a lady was really fought very hard for her own daughter, who was herself also mutilated. Her stories have come out, and even in various other parts, including London. I was shocked when I heard this story that aged 15 to 49 years, around 200 million women and girls, they have undergone female genital mutilation in 31 countries. That is the report, which is really alarming. And I don't know if any area, as per the UN Beijing Declaration, they have said not even a single place in this world is safe for a woman or a girl child, not even in her backyard, and not even in the womb. I think that is clearly now shows the picture where
Yeah.
we have to work and how we have to work, and what is ahead for every one of us to really consider a female as equal to male. What to talk of equality or gender equality, we can now understand what is the real scenario.
Yeah, exactly. Like if you see corporate, surveys also, they will show a lot of sexual harassment that happens in the corporate world.
Exactly. See,
Women are
in medical,
expected.
yes, in
Yeah,
medical field, I tell you, we usually consider they are the class one officers and everything. Although in each and every field we know now this is happening,
yeah,
but this actually is the dirtiest part, I tell you, where the male bosses, they consider a female student, if we have to actually pass their this MBBS course or even the MD degree, if they have to get it,
mm-hmm.
um, they have to go through all this shit. And this is what is the present scenario. And if any girl raises voice against this, any student, then
Yeah,
she is not only failed, but very maltreated, very badly treated, and also shifted from that hospital. And uh, sometimes these girls have gone up to committing suicide, so, and severely depressed. So this is the
yeah.
present scenario where they are doing 24-hour service also, and apart from this maltreatment from their own heads of the departments, which is really really very, very bad situation.
Yes, yes. And I can say that this is global. This happens everywhere, especially the sexual harassment part and taking advantage of a woman being quiet. This is happening everywhere. So it's really sad that we have to still in this, after being educated and all that, go through all this. So society needs lot of changes still. So, why is female feticide and, infanticide still being witnessed in this world? Like, why is it still happening?
Uh, because I told you, for last 28 years, I've been to various villages, various schools, colleges, universities, through radio talks, TV talks, even by writings in various newspapers in different languages. I had been actually creating awareness campaigns. So in some one such campaign, I went to a college that was a nursing college, wherein I asked, "Okay, do you think female feticide should be stopped or not? Do you think it is a crime?" And there were around 200 plus girls sitting in that hall. And I received, see, I told them, you have to write on a page. The answer has to be written on a page.
Hmm.
And you don't have to write your name, so that everything is kept secret. But please tell me the truth, whether you really want this or not.
Yeah.
Or do you want to raise voice against this or not? And I was shocked to read the answers. Around 180 of them said yes, it should be continued. I was shocked. I never
Oh
expected this.
my God.
And when I asked why so? You know what were the answers? We have been maltreated. We have been not allowed to go out of the home after 5 o'clock. We have been not allowed to wear our own clothes, whatever we want to wear. We
Yeah.
are not given mobile phones. We are not given the things which we want to eat. So we have been suppressed throughout our lives. And many of us, this is what they told me, many of us have really suffered from the hands of our fathers, who were drunk
Mhm.
and they maltreated us, from our own brothers, from other family members. So around 47% of them clearly said they have been sexually assaulted by their family members, and they do not want any of their own girl child to go through this hell. So that means one thing is very clear. If we really want to stop this female feticide or infanticide, it is not just beti bachao, beti padhao. It should be a safe atmosphere for a female.
Yeah.
See, everyone should be taught how to
How to?
handle your female child. Unless we decrease the crime rate against women, unless we give them proper education, tell them about their own rights,
Yeah.
till that time, I don't think so this crime can be stopped.
Yeah. And isn't it a responsibility of, parents who have boys also to teach them?
Exactly.
how to treat.
And you know what? What is the problem with the female? When I talk about this to the mothers, why don't you raise voice against all this? And the answer is, I'm unemployed.
Yeah,
I don't have any money. I'm dependent upon my husband. And that is why I just can't go out because don't have any place to live. And when I leave my husband, I know 20 more males will be after me and I will be raped. This is the clear cut answer that I get from the mother who is not financially independent. But what to talk of financially independent? There are so many of them who are, just treated as being treated as slaves in their own families. They're not given their own income which they are earning. So they are just being kept as slaves, not allowed to go out of the house on their own or talk to their friends. So
yeah.
that the problem is really grave, I tell you.
Yes. And it really intrigues me to know more that, what is like, is it related to any age group or any income, base group? Is it the lower income, people doing it more, or the higher? Like, where is this happening more?
This is happening everywhere. What to talk of the
Oh,
topmost line secretaries, or even at that place also they are suffering this, even in the lower strata, income strata, even in the middle class group. Now, what exactly happens is the low class group, those females come out openly. They because they don't have anything else to lose now.
yeah.
So they definitely come out. They are the earliest ones who come out with all this crime. Now, in the elite group, what happens is they think the honor of the family, the onus lies on the female only. So they actually don't allow that female to speak up. So that is why majority of the females of elite group, they
Mm.
start taking either drugs or binge alcoholic. So that is why they are not coming up with this. They are having illegal relationships, live in relationships. They leave the families, go out, or some of them are really thrown out from India to some other countries. So
What?
that is the situation. Yes, many of these families, super duper rich families, the females of those families are either sent to Canada or America or some other place, and even married off sometimes to the some other rich family so that they don't raise the voice. But it is the middle class group which is actually suffering the maximum. They don't speak up because these girls, the elite group, when they go out, uh,
Yeah.
or they are thrown out of the family to some other place, they definitely start raising the voice. They even start working for the other women also because
Okay.
they have still have the power. But this middle class group, I tell you, all these crimes which are happening with them because honor killings, then
Yeah.
child marriages, then this dowry killing, then rapes, and everything is happening with them because they are the one who just keep their lips tightly
Yeah.
locked. They don't speak up. So there, the females are suffering the maximum, and these are the girls which are speaking up in colleges or in schools or in universities, who say we just want to leave this place, we don't want a female. So that is the area which must be stressed upon.
Yeah. Yes. Now we can, then how do we make these women more inclusive? How can we support, why don't they speak up? Are there any groups that can help them?
Yes, definitely. See, there are now self help groups which are coming up, and
Yeah.
there is a specific strategy which is now acceptable internationally. One is what WHO and UN, they have clearly told to respect women. Respect means there are seven things which we have to do. One is relationship skill strengthening. From E, we have empowerment of women.
Hmm.
Then S stands for services ensured, then poverty reduced, then enabling environment at school, workplace, and public places. then child and adolescent abuse prevented, and then transformed attitudes, beliefs, and norms wherein they say female is a second rate citizen. This should be stopped. And that is
Yeah.
not the only one. If we talk about prevention of these survivors, must be taken care of. So, those survivors who have been sufferers of this violence, either physical or sexual violence, there has to be a psychological support, then psychosocial support. We must have economic support also for these ladies, and social empowerment programs should be started from international level till deep down to various countries also. Then cash transfers should be immediate for these ladies, because these majority of them are dependent.
Yeah.
Then improving the communication skills, because this is where they are lacking. Then a relationship between the couples must be improved. Then
Yeah.
community level intervention is required, wherein we really want those females who have the power to fight out all this. They must get together from various parts of the countries. They should make a group, and I really request you should take the lead, so that through this program, if we gather at least 20 females from different parts of the world, then
Yeah.
we can do it. Then there must be a school program enhancing safety in schools, and of course eliminating harsh punishments. Then school education should be changed, wherein promoting equality and teaching them relationships must be added. Then
Yes.
group based, there should be participatory education, which is must be made compulsory, but at health level. See, because
Right.
many, I'm telling you, number is increasing every year. Being
Yeah.
a doctor, I'm telling you, these females are suffering from sexually transmitted diseases. HIV is the major concern, hepatitis B, hepatitis C. They are malnourished, anemic. No
Yeah.
one is there to take care of. At least a holistic and empathetic approach must be there. And of course there should be a complete no from female, that this will not be tolerated anymore, that this message should be very clear from the
Yeah.
world level. At international level this should be there. Then of course population based surveys, if they are done, that
Yes.
really will help change the condition which is there, because now majority of the governments, they want to hide the actual figure. That
Yes.
is why UN says, if you want to look at the crime against women, kindly multiply it with 60. That really means
My
something. So that
goodness.
is where we need to, these areas must be addressed.
Yeah.
And at least care of a female, health care is must, they must be taken care of, because maternal mortality is increasing, and because of these rapes and such violence, the females are not only suffering mentally, psychologically, but physically also.
Yes. Yes. My God, yeah, I can see there's so much that we can do, and I would love to, get people together and take this initiative, and of course take your guidance for the same. Pami is asking, are there any success cases or measures that has more impact?
Yes, there are. I'll tell you one simple example that is really enlightening so many, because this is now, I think, around 20 years back. I saw a female in a religious place here in Patiala,
Mm-hmm.
who was crying actually very loudly with a little newborn girl in her lap. So when I asked her what has happened, you know what she said? Just look at my back. So she showed her back. There was a burn mark of press,
Oof.
iron. I said, what is this? Then she showed her mark around her neck. She said, this is the mark. They were actually hanging me from ceiling fan just because I've given birth to a female child. I fought with them. I took my girl child. Now I have come here and I have no place to go, and nobody is actually taking care of me. I still remember I took her to my home. and with all the neighbors, they were really after me. How can you take anybody's wife in your home? I said, this is not the way how women should be treated just because she has given birth to a girl child.
Right.
None of the police personnel came to help me. This is truth. I am telling you, 20 years back. And
Mhm.
still we actually I, because I used to go, I am telling you, this has been really a very long time, but the instance which I'm sharing with you,
Yeah.
some of the ladies, they really came up, so we helped her, not only financially, but also ultimately we talked to SSP, then ultimately the case was filed, and
Okay.
the success story is that that girl child who was born at that time, now she is in America studying
Oh,
medical science. So
wow. Yeah.
this is what I'm telling you. Once we females come up and start a self-help group type of situation,
Yes.
definitely we can make a change. Definitely we can.
Definitely. Yes, definitely. It's very empowering when women come and stand next to a woman, you know. It is another level of confidence that she can have. Uh, Men is like the other thing, but you know, when a woman and woman they come together, it's a very different chemistry altogether. So, you know, we are living in this world of social media, and you know, our kids are so exposed to people who are anonymous behind the scene. We don't know the face. Can you give us some tips that can help you know, us protect our kids?
See, if you see a gardener, how he is dealing with the plants, I think that is the classic situation how from where we should learn. See, when he sees a branch is going something not going straight but is diverting from that path, he cuts it. So that makes the plant stronger. This is what we need to do. So that means the first responsibility lies with the parents.
Yeah.
If they really want that the society should be okay, then that means they are part of the society, and that is what they are giving to the society, their own son, their own daughter. So they should be first, should be treated how to deal with the challenges of the life. They should be taught how to address atrocities, and that is the way how we can make them stronger. Because see, once we teach them that you have to run away from such awkward situations, or the mother cries in front of the children, that is where she is showing them the weakness. That should not be there. Rather, I should say, try one thing. See, till date, we have been punishing our daughters only, that they should come home early. This is the
Yeah.
type of clothes that they should wear, and this is how they should smile, this is how they should look.
Yeah.
Everything we have kept for our females only. Let us now do just one thing: tell our sons to come back home at time, on time,
Yeah.
and then let us see on that day, when girls are out, they are enjoying, and the boys are in the house, is
Yeah.
there any case of rape that day? If
Hmm.
not, then just think where we should actually start working. It is the mindset where we have to work, we have to change the mindset of our sons, so that our daughters can really live a wonderful life here.
Yeah. And again, it's the responsibility of the mother to do
Of
that,
course,
and the
of course.
family. Yeah. So it's a lot of female to the female, you know, it's like this circle. And I
See,
think we
actually, one, I'm sorry, I'm you,
no,
but
no, no, please.
see, if we and we look into the history,
Yeah.
our preachers actually raised voice against, even a Sikh Guru
Yeah.
Nanak Dev Ji was the first one who raised voice um, for females, and he said we should not treat them badly because they give birth to kings.
Yeah.
See, that was the way how he addressed people at that time, when women were not allowed to go alone. They were very, very badly treated. At that time, also, rapes were there. They were trafficked. Even now, trafficking is still going on. But that really changed the mindset at that time. So that means
Yeah.
uh, our male counterparts have a very, very big role, because they are the ones who can change the mindset of their counterparts. They can,
Correct.
of course, uh, be a big idols for the others, that this is how we should treat a female. And once they think we are there in this world only because our mother gave birth to us, so that means they can really change the scenario. Considering female as a mother, of course, then you have so many of responsibilities towards her. And then, of course, this is the way how both, not only female but male and female, both can really change the scenario.
Yeah, very, very true. So kyo manda aakhe je jamme raja.
Jammai Raja.
So, yeah, uh, Pammi is saying even more the father, he's the first role model for his son and daughter. Very true. Very, very
Of
true.
course. So that means domestic violence must be stopped. So that is a big issue everywhere. Even if
Yeah,
a parliamentarian, a Canadian parliamentarian woman specifically, if she can say, because she told me that she has also been a victim of domestic violence, you can understand how deeply it is rooted. So that means first example should be set by the fathers, that this is
exactly.
how. And because this the son will follow his father, he is his first idol. So
Yeah,
that is why I'm telling you repeatedly that parents are the first ones, first teachers of the children, so they should act responsibly. Then only, of course, we can say the society will be better if we play our part in the best way.
correctly. Yeah. Very true. Thank you. Thank you so much for sharing, all those tidbits. I know that a lot of what we spoke was, very harsh, but the truth was happening and it's to be told. So that's why we are talking here and we want to create an impact through this. And, who else we could get than you having to speak on that topic. So
Uh,
we,
just one last word, if you can give me.
yeah, 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 of course.
Because that is an alarming figure which I want to share in the end.
Yes.
Just 1 minute of yours.
No, no,
Because
please, please. You have all the time. It's just your schedule that I was trying to, match it.
see, thinking this society without female, I know this is really very absurd, but killing of females is going to such an extent, wherein after few years, now this is United Nation figure, that after few years 111 million Chinese boys will be left unmarried. That is 3 times the present population of Canada if we do not stop this. So this female
Right.
feticide is not only happening in India, this is happening in China also. And uh, now, according to UNO, if such situation continues, then after 15 years, 60 million Punjabi males will not find their counterparts due to this
Oh,
unstoppable killing of females. You can understand how the crime rate against women will increase, because such a
yes.
huge population without female, we can understand no country will be safe for a female. So that is why this program of today really is important, to make everyone aware about the situation and how to handle it, so that at least the time which is coming, we should really uh, have to work together. We can work hard so that this, at least this situation, can be dealt with properly.
Better and better it, in the coming
Of
years.
course.
And we have Ravi Banga. He's, saying that fathers have a big role to play for daughters. The way they treat the mother is paramount. So true. So
Yeah.
yeah. So thank you. But before Dr. Harshinder Kaur, before you leave, some message that you would like to give to all our viewers. They're watching you from all over Europe and globally.
uh, I can only say that I've thrown down the gauntlet, and I wish to see that the civilized men of this ancient world they do take up it as a challenge, and they sincerely work towards emancipation of women and equality, which uh, I think will be a light shine by us, and let thousand flowers bloom. We really want this world to be very beautiful, and without a female, I don't think so it will be possible. So let male and female play equal part, and let everyone remain happy and healthy, and everyone should live a long life, but of course with love. That is the only message I want to give.
That's so sweet of you. Yes, may the love persist and for everyone equally. So thank you so much, Dr.
Thank you.
Harsinder Kaur. It's been a pleasure and more of an honor to have you on this platform. Thank you so
Thank
much
you
for your
so
time.
much. Thank you.
Thank you. See you. Bye.
Bye bye.
So, guys, a very nerve-wracking show that we had, and I'm sure that we made you think a lot. And please think, it's a topic that we want everyone to think about, take measures, and also help someone that think needs your help. Approach people, be more approachable, and please be safe, live a good life, and stay happy, guys. See you all. Bye.